Jillian, let's bring in Trey Gowdy, host of Sunday Night in America here on Fox News. He's also author of the book Start, Stay, or Leave, The Art of Decision Making. Trey, we're going to see these 23 suspects via Zoom before a magistrate sometime in the next few minutes, we believe. Of them, only 2 are from the Atlanta area. That includes Thomas Webb Jurgens, who's a representative from the Southern Poverty Law Center. He is charged with domestic terrorism. Most of the others are from out of the area, out of state, out of the country. France and Canada are 2 of the named countries. Are these professional agitators?
They don't look very professional to me in their mugshots. They look like a bunch of spoiled brats. But you put your finger on it. They're not from Georgia, which means what? They had to travel in interstate commerce to get to Georgia, which means where's the Department of Justice? Where's Merrick Garland? Where's the United States Attorney's Office? I mean, a Molotov cocktail is an unregistered explosive device. Arson can be a federal crime. So they're traveling in interstate commerce, which is an element of a federal offense, and they're doing other crimes. So where's the Department of Justice?
So left-wing groups are offering to help those arrested. One of those is the Atlanta Solidarity Fund, which tweeted, quote, "As always, we're committed to providing bail assistance and access to legal representation for everyone arrested protesting. We are already coordinating a network of lawyers to respond. Please donate to help us continue this work. Solidarity means nobody faces repression alone." But these suspects aren't charged with protesting. They're charged with domestic terrorism. So this organization is basically supporting domestic terrorism.
Yeah, I got a solution for you. They're a flight risk. I mean, they have no ties to Georgia. I mean, some of them are from Canada. Only 2 are from Georgia. So if you're a flight risk, maybe you don't get bond. So you can raise all the money you want. But if you don't have bond, this thing would be taken more seriously, I think, if it weren't GBI and state law enforcement that was leveling the charges, if it was the feds. I mean, we know Merrick Garland doesn't like domestic terrorism. He said that when some parents got together in Virginia, and he never misses a chance to do something about what he considers right-wing extremism. So how about this? Here's the other thing, John, that I don't get. For years and years, the left has been telling us we need more training for law enforcement, that we need more de-escalation training. We need to train them on proper use of force. And here you have a training facility. That's what this is, a training facility. And these spoiled brats want to firebomb it. So publish the names of anybody who donates money to get these spoiled brat anarchists out of jail. Publish the names of the people who think it's a good idea to have them back out on the streets. And it's not just a police training facility either. It's for other first responders, firefighters, ambulance workers, and the like as well. Yep. Yeah. So protesters, in part, are citing environmental concerns that by building this thing, you're going to tear down a forest, you're going to destroy the environment. But this is a site that has alternately been used over the decades as the original Atlanta Police Academy, an explosive ordnance disposal site, and the Atlanta prison farm and landfill. The $90 million plans for this facility include restoring and protecting hundreds of acres of green space. So what do you say about the environmental argument here? Well, I would say 2 things. If you're really, really concerned about the land, buy it yourself, and then that way you can control what happens to it. The other thing that is a total non sequitur is we are so concerned about damage to the environment that we're going to throw Molotov cocktails at actual human beings. So we are really, really concerned about pine trees, but we're going to set stuff on fire and jeopardize the health and the safety of actual people. I'm sure there's someone out there that follows that logic, but it would not be me.
All right, we'll be watching the court to see when they appear before the magistrate via Zoom. Trey Gowdy, always good to catch up with you and get your thoughts. Thank you.
You too.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.